Welcome to session 4 of the fact data stores. This is the last one, and I'm going to be dealing with using the fact stores and the migrations. So jumping over to InfoStore, what I'm going to do is create a fact store, just a very simple one. So on the development tab we click data stores, add, and let us create one called prices. We can just try capture some instrument prices. I'm going to base this on a template called instrument data. So the template added some fields for me, which was a calendar ID, the instrument ID, and the date. I'm going to leave the default fields the way they are. Notice that the calendar ID and the instrument ID are the key fields, and those are used for your logical field matching. And I'm going to add one more field, which will be the price field. So the price field I don't want to be text. I'm going to change that to decimal number with the length of 38 digits and 8 decimal places. The indexes, I'm going to leave the defaults as well. So I can deploy that. It's going to create the fact store for me. And now I have a physical database table with all of these fields in it, and all of the loading, stored procs, etc. that I need. Jumping over to the info flows, I'm going to create a new info flow to load the prices. This is just going to be a simple data flow that's going to generate some test data for me. So I'm going to plug in a debug data source and just put in some dummy fields. Instrument ID, calendar ID, my date. Make sure we have the right data type. And then we need that last field for the price. It's the decimal number. The system will generate 10 dummy records for me. And now for the destination, I'm going to pick a fact data store. Now it becomes pretty simple because I'm going to pick the prices fact data store. I haven't done any mapping at this point, so I can't bring in a data profile. This is the mapping area. I'm not going to show that in this demo. We're just going to do a simple field mapping. We're going to import all from the source, and we're just going to map them. So that's the instrument ID, calendar ID, date, and the price. Okay, notice down at the bottom I can pick my load types. So the load types covered in the previous session. We can pick standard, archive, strong merge, and weak merge. The reason I can pick these is that these were configured on the fact store. If the fact store only had a few of these options, that's all I would be seeing here. So I'm going to pick the standard load. We can execute that as a test. You can see that it runs to completion. We have the messages, etc. And in the messages, this is just really for troubleshooting. It's showing you which table it's being loaded to, the number of records being loaded, and so on. I think the important part of this demo is that it's really easy using the fact data store. You just drag on the task, we pick the data store, make sure to pick the right load type, do your field mappings, which is now integrated, so we can see all of the fields that exist in the fact data store. So it's very easy to map up the fields, and that's about it. Easy as that.